magazine. We're here with Bobby from Blackcraft Clothing Company. We're going to talk a little bit about a new venture that Blackcraft is getting into. We certainly have a brotherhood with Bobby because he is from Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
So we love businessmen from Pittsburgh and people that are into music. So let's first talk a little bit about you are an entrepreneur. You started off in Los Angeles.
Orange County.
And
we got beef with LA. Orange County. We
beef with LA.
You know, you got to be careful.
So we, okay,
I feel like
I'm
Pittsburgh
very careful.
in Cleveland.
Oh,
You see what I mean?
yeah, that's big. That's big.
It's big.
Okay,
So you
glad we got
kinda
that cleared up.
right.
That's good.
Orange County.
So out of Orange County, and Blackcraft has done some pretty cool things. You've grown from a clothing company and ventured out into different things, like your Ghost Pepper whiskey. Excellent, might I add. Had some tonight. Very good, thank you. And also makeup, and a few other things. So we're here tonight in Washington, PA, just outside of Pittsburgh.
40 Bar and Grill.
At 40 Bar and Grill. You need to check it out. The food is awesome. Thank you so much for hosting. But we want to talk about a really cool thing going on that's going to start in Pittsburgh. It's called Blackcraft Wrestling. How did this idea come to fruition?
Oh man, so many different ways, right? So my fiance, Rosa Mendez, was WWE superstar, real name Milena Roca. Man, there's so much to it, right? I don't even know where to start with this. Let me backtrack a minute.
Please.
Right? So clothing line Blackcraft, right? Pretty big into the wrestling world. WWE, different superstars were wearing my brand, you know, and I grew up loving WWE as a kid. When I was like, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin was like my hero, right? Like if it was Stone Cold anything, I bought it. I was like, Dad, I need it. You know what I mean? I had to have everything. I had all the action figures, everything. And then kind of with my music career, playing in bands, touring with bands, working for bands, sleeping in vans, right? You
Yes.
kind of don't have a TV in the van, right? So you kind of, you know, you fall out of touch with the world, right? And I kind of fell out of wrestling, right? I kind of didn't keep up with it anymore, and you know, fast forward, you know, a bunch of years. But started clothing brand Blackcraft, and this WWE superstar Tom Pestock, Baron Corbin, was wearing one of our the Lone Wolf shirts on his back patch. He was in NXT at the time, and people kept tagging me, and I'm like, what is this? Like, who is this dude? Like, why? You know, like this is before the network even existed. You had to watch it on Hulu. And I'm like, who is this guy? And I kind of did some research, and I'm like, oh, WWE, NXT. I'm like, what's that? And I'm like, whoa, WWE. And I kind of like forgot about the whole world and saw Corbin rocking my brand, and I hit him on I direct messaged him on social media, and I was like, hey man, thanks for rocking this. Like, I can't believe you rock this on like TV. Like, anything you want, I'll send you anything you need. He's like, dude, like, yeah, I rock it. You know, Paige from WWE rocks it. You know, Colby Lopez is WWE superstar. Seth Rollins rocks it. I'm like, wait, what? Like, hold on. Like, who's Paige? You know, I'm like trying, and he's like, dude, at the time, Paige was the Divas champion. And I'm like, oh wow, oh WWE, like, this is badass, you know, and I kind of fell in love with it again. I was like, wow, this is cool. Shit, 2 weeks later, no joke, my good buddy Kevin from A Day to Remember was dating Paige, and he has a festival called Self Help Fest, and I went, my friend Ronnie Radke's band with Falling Verse was playing. I was there, and I met Kevin, and his girlfriend Paige was there. And I was like, oh, nice to meet you. Thanks for rocking my brand. You know, she's like, hey, I have a business idea I want to chat with you about in the future, about some clothes and stuff. You know, maybe next time I'm in California we can meet up. And next thing you know, 2 weeks later, I'm meeting up with Paige down in San Diego. And sure enough, my fiance now is with her, Rosa Mendez, and I'm like, who is this girl, Paige? Like, this girl's hot. Who is this girl? And, you know, it was Rosa. And I started dating Rosa, and she's like, oh, hey, and by the way, I'm on a reality TV show called Total Divas. You've got to be on it now. And I'm like, wait, what? What's Total Divas? You know, I'm like, oh, this guy got thrown in. So kind of, man, through that, you know, I got to go to a lot of WWE live events, and I got to meet so many superstars, WWE superstars who rock my brand, and you know, and I'm meeting these guys, and I'm just like, their work ethic, man. Like, I've never seen a work ethic. Like, these dudes are on the road 300 days out of the year. Like Colby Lopez, you know, Seth Rollins. became good friends, you know, and dude, his work ethic is unlike anybody I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this dude, his whole mindset, you know, is to be the best he can for his career. And I'm like, fuck, that's cool, you know, like it's inspiring to be around, because, you know, even though I'm in the clothing industry, it inspires me to do better every day. I'm like, when I feel like I'm tired, you know, I'm like, what's Colby doing right now? You know, I know he's at the gym working and being the better he can. So how it all really got started was, you know, kind of being in that industry so much lately through my ex, you know, or through my fiance, and we were going through some things, so we're working some things out. So that was in my past interview, so you can see that. But, you know, working with these guys, man, I kind of just fell in love with the business so much. And, you know, Brandon is a partner with me in this wrestling, and my business partner, Jim, and a couple of other guys working for me are so passionate about it. I'm like, dude, why do we not start our own promotion? Like, why don't we, you know? And I'm like, well, I got to get the okay from like the WWE guys to see if this is something that makes sense, you know, and reached out to, you know, Chris Jericho is a really big inspiration of mine, and he's a good friend of mine, mentor guy, and they all just like loved it. They're like, dude, absolutely go for this, man. And it's kind of how it came to light, to be honest with you. Just kind of one thing led to another.
So you have your blessing from the WWE.
Yep.
And they've kind of been teasing some things in like the games and so forth, right?
In the
one of the WWE games, I think,
dude,
actually
there's
already
so much
has
downloadable stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. There's like rings. There's like yeah. It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's freaky how it is. Yeah.
That's awesome. I believe that you're doing a T-shirt for one of the WWE guys.
We've done it with a couple guys, yeah. Colby Lopez, you know, he owns this wrestling school called Black and Brave out of Iowa, so we collaborate with him. About to drop a collaboration with Soraya. By the time this airs, we'll actually have the shirt drop, so that'll be exciting. Yeah, I mean, Aleister Black we do some stuff with, so it's cool, man.
Cool. Why Pittsburgh?
Oh man, why not Pittsburgh, right? I'm from here, right? Go Steelers, you know. Pittsburgh's cool, man. It's where I'm from, and my family's from here, and like Pittsburgh's made me so much of who I am today. You know, like out in Orange County, you can get lost real quick of like who you are, and Pittsburgh's just such a good place, man. It's like my daughter's living here right now. You know, it's like I raised her in California, I raised her in Pittsburgh, but I feel like Pittsburgh's so people are great, man. Everyone's grounded here, everyone's appreciative, and like man, Bruno, you know, he's from here. It's like
a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend, man. So Pittsburgh made sense to us, you know.
Awesome. And another Pittsburgh connection, we have an adopted son here, Doug Bradley, otherwise known as Pinhead. Can you talk a little bit about his involvement?
Yeah, absolutely. Doug is, it's like, it feels like a dream every time I get to talk about Doug, because, you know, he's influenced me as a kid growing up, you know, to kind of, he was a big influence on Blackcraft to me, right? Although Hellraiser did teach me never to trust women, you know, so I tell him that all the time. But no, Doug, it's cool, man, to even be able to in a position to talk about Doug, because we did some collaborations with Doug for Blackcraft, and I'm like, there's no way, you know, Pinhead's gonna want to do a collaboration with Blackcraft. This dude is like such a legend. I'm like, there's no way. This is when my brand was like nothing at the time. And he's like, I love your brand. I wear it all the time. Like, I would be on. I'm like, really? I'm like, is this really Doug Bradley? You know, I'm like, is this really Doug Bradley? And we just became really good friends, and his girlfriend Steph has been amazing. And so I'm like, well, I was talking to Brandon about it. I'm like, I got this vision for, you know, the wrestling. It's gonna be on the darker side, right, a little bit. I'm like, I got this vision for this cult leader. And, you know, he's gonna have these like guys with him, like the Royalty of Hell kind of guys. And Doug's the guy, but I'm too scared. Like, I must have texted Doug 1,000 different times and then deleted it. You know, I'm like, no, he's not gonna be into this, you know. And then finally I was like, dude, don't this Blackcraft wrestling thing. I know this sounds crazy. Have this vision of, and then he shot me back and he's like, I would love to be a part of this. It sounds great. We love Blackcraft, and kind of now bringing him into this. So I can't wait to drop the videos of what we shot with Doug. It's gonna be epic. It's cool.
Yeah, very cool. We have some local wrestling stars that are getting involved. August 24th is the big premiere. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's gonna be at the Pittsburgh Grand Hall. It's like in the, is that called North Side or North Shore?
What's North Shore, North Side.
Is there a difference?
No.
Okay. It's North Shore. Yeah, we have Pittsburgh Britt Baker. She'll be wrestling in it. So Britt's a good friend. I'm stoked to have her. She's such a good wrestler, such a hard worker. And we're gonna have Paige's mom, Soraya, come all the way from the UK and wrestle. It's gonna be cool. And then the only other person I'm really gonna say is Jimmy Havoc, because I'm really stoked to have that dude. I'm stoked to have everybody, but there's some people I can't reveal yet.
Sure.
But yeah, it's going to be exciting. We're going to live stream it on our own platform, which is something that's going to be cool because we have a special band playing, and I can't drop that name just yet, but we're going to be live streaming the band, live streaming the show, a bunch of guest appearances from different celebrities, ex-WWE superstars, current WWE, so it's going to be crazy. I'm excited.
So you've had an association with music, obviously, with your background, being in a band, touring band, you've got a lot of friends in the industry. How does the music tie in with the wrestling?
It's something, well, I guess in a nutshell, I'm so passionate about music, I listen to it, it drives me every day, and then lately, dude, if I can't fall asleep at night unless the WWE Network's on, so I'm constantly, it's like these two things are really my passion, and like I think there's such a cool market for it. Like WWE touches on a little bit, like they had our friend's band Kane Hill perform at NXT. I was like, man, imagine like if this could be like a concert and wrestling, because no one's doing that, and with Blackcraft's involvement in music, we have so many awesome artists on our roster that we endorse that love wrestling as well. Kane Hill, like the lead singer is a super fan of wrestling, so I'm trying to mesh those two worlds together and kind of give the fans something that I think has kind of been lacking.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer. The brand, the fans of both wrestling and especially heavy music,
right,
all kind of seem to mesh together.
For sure. I mean, it's all that culture. It's crazy because when I go to WWE events, right, you walk around, like we were just at where were we? Vegas for Elimination Chamber, and was that Elimination Chamber in Vegas? Yeah, I walk around and I'm seeing like 30 Blackcraft shirts. I'm like, what? Like in this, you know what I mean? And I'm like, wow. Then you go Parkway Drive, you see all these bands, and you see Blackcraft. So it's like, there's something here. It's like the synergy, So trying to bring it all together.
Absolutely. And if anybody has watched the Hot Topic video with yourself, we talked a little bit about energy and how things connect. Can you talk a little bit about that? How like this all kind of blends in with your vision? Like even our conversation tonight.
Our conversation tonight was crazy, man. I wish everyone could hear our conversation tonight, just how small of a world it is, but I don't think it's that small of a world. I think it's more like, it comes back to energy, kind of what I said in the Hot Topic interview. It's like, when you're doing the right things in life and you have the right vision and you're on the right path, I think people will say, oh, these are weird coincidences, but they're not, man. It's like you're on the right wavelength, like these things don't just happen for a reason, I'm out here in Washington, PA, and it's a very country bar, right? I mean, it's a very country bar. I just did an interview before this, and last question was, who's your favorite band ever? I said, Nirvana. Walk up to the bar, Nirvana's playing on TV. You know what I mean, man? It's just like, if I could really show you what this place is, Nirvana should never be on the TV here, right? So, but it's a crazy thing, man. Energy's real, and the synergy of all this is wild.
Absolutely. Kind of digressing a little bit with the brand. Do you mind talking a little bit about what brought you to the vision you had? In general, I mean, Blackcraft is not just a brand; it's a lifestyle.
Right.
Why do you think people connect it with it so much? And the imagery and some of the stance on social stances and so forth.
I think like when my partner and I, Jim Summers, started the brand, we always felt like we were the outcast, especially living in Orange County. Like covered in tattoos. You don't believe in God. It's like, it's a big deal, man. Orange County is like the capital. It's like the mecca of like religion. We have like one of the largest churches ever there. But I think for me, I just never felt like I really fit in with the world. It's kind of hard to describe it, but growing up in a religious household, not my family wasn't religious, but I was with my grandma a lot. She was, she's an old Italian lady, so she was religious. And I watched her pass away inside of a church when I was in 5th grade, and I was just like, man, it just seems all bullshit to me, and I respect what people believe in and things, but this brand is such an outlet for my, I guess, I don't know, anger towards it, or I don't know, I guess it's where I put it, it's where I direct my energy, right? And with Blackcraft, the message is believe in yourself, create your own future, you don't need God, you don't need a God or a religion to be a good person, I mean, Blackcraft stands for just, inspiring other people, lifting, if you see someone down, lift them up, it's just like we're teaching you it's okay to be different, whether you're an atheist, whatever you believe in, it's okay. Like, I don't know, it kind of gives you a platform to, it's like a family, man. It really is.
Absolutely. And one of the things I love about Blackcraft is the charity work you do.
Oh yeah.
The acceptance. When you were one of the big brands, it was like, hey, LGBT man, we're all in.
All in on it.
Absolutely. How do you think that like some of the business ventures that you're in help that idea of social acceptance?
That's a good question. I don't know, man, because I don't really feel like Blackcraft's socially accepted, right?
Not in the large scheme.
Not in the large scheme,
but
I
I
guess.
think I don't want to say
it's becoming
our world, but I think the more people you touch,
right,
whether that be through your clothing company, whiskey, makeup, wrestling,
right,
the more people start to say, oh hey, you know what?
it's not that bad.
These guys got a point.
Well, absolutely, and kind of to go back on that, I guess, when we do the charity work, right? Like, when that flood happened in Houston, and that pastor basically closed his doors and kind of I was like, man, this is bullshit. People are like dying. Like, someone's got to fucking do something, And that's very fortunate with the outlet we have and the social media following we have and the people that support the brand. I'm like, dude, fuck this. Let's do a benefit tea and let's send it to them. Let's just donate. Let's just help, And I think once we start doing things like that, people who are kind of scared of Blackcraft are like, oh shit, okay, now I can see that Lucifer tea. It's not that bad. I get it now. So I think people start socially accepting it more. Or like when the LGBT, when the shootings happened. Dude, I forget how much money we raised. I can't quote me, but was it
like 12 grand?
Was it 12?
Yeah, I think it was 12 grand.
It was somewhere in that ballpark. But we did that in like a day or two, And it kind of comes back. People are like, oh shit, okay, wait, that believe in yourself short of the pentagram isn't that bad. And I think people start diving. I mean, we've actually had people reach out and be like, I was scared to death of your brand, and then saw some of your charity work, and now I'm a fan of the brand. I get it, So
that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Where do you see the brand going from here?
As the clothing, or as the whole?
It's a whole package.
It is a whole package, yeah. It's crazy because my first job ever was at Hot Topic, right? I was a sales associate, right? I was like 16, and my goal was to be, Blackcraft and all of Hot Topic, because it meant a lot to me. Now we're in every single Hot Topic, and every day it's like I have to pinch myself because I'm like, my first job ever, my buddy Patrick recruited me to be a sales associate at Hot Topic. He was a manager at the time, and now we're in there. Wow, where do we go from here? This is so great. And then I kind of think, I'm like, well, I want Blackcraft to be a household name, whether it's the whiskey, it's a kind of the whole package, right? But with the clothing, I just really want to inspire people to like, dude, I get so many rad messages of kids being like, dude, I was so scared to start a business, and I just look up to you because my story's out there, how we started with a $100 bill and stuff. And kids are like, you've inspired me to say, fuck my 9 to 5, and I'm gonna just start a business. He's like, dude, now I'm 2 years in my business, I'm extremely successful, or I just helped buy my mom a house. Like, I hear all these success stories, and I'm like, dang, dude. And then the flip side is, he was like, I was suicidal, I was gonna commit, somebody reach out to me like that. And it's like, Blackcraft helped save me. And I'm like, wow, like if we could do that for one person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
More people we could touch like that's the coolest thing ever, man. And everything else is a bonus, the money, that's just a bonus, right? Like inspiring people and having them behind the brand it's just so cool, man. And then obviously wrestling, right? I mean, so passionate about it, got such a great team, and I want that, the vision for that is, I don't know it fully yet, but in a nutshell, I want it to be like a touring music fest with our show telling storylines. You know what I mean? So it's not just like a one-off fest or just a wrestling show. I'm trying to bring the music world and the wrestling world together more and try to do something no one's really done.
You might be onto something. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
And can't wait for August 24th.
August 24th. We're dropping tickets to go up for sale on Friday, May 10th or 11th. What's Friday? May 11th.
Okay.
You'll be able to purchase our tickets and our live stream.
So it should be today, the day this aired. And man, get those tickets.
Blackcraftwrestling.com.
Perfect.
Cool, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.